Good morning, everybody. Got out here this morning real early, so y'all have to excuse the way I look. Um, I'm working on a S guard, and this is going to be one of my dogwood motif S guards. But what I want to show you is the amount of work and that you have to do to be able to get this thing to fit up to not just the blade, but the fittings that are behind the guard. So let's look at it. This thing is still in rough shape, but by the end of this day, maybe I'll be able to have it looking like something. So let me point down here at what I got. So this flat right here is where the fitting's going to fit to. So I have to have a bunch of things in my mind whenever I'm shaping this. I have to have the general shape of the front of the handle material and the fitting in mind. So if there's any steps in or out, I have to account for all that to get this surface and all this, how it sculpts up to that, and this, how it sculpts up to the top. This is the bottom lug, and the handle is sitting right here. So what I'm doing now is I'm shaping this into an oval shape, but I have to do it by removing material on the bottom lug and the top lug. And so I'm using a sort of a radius or a half round. They call it a half round ball. It's not really round. It's got a particular radius. And I am shaping the inside of that bottom lug and removing material in such a way that it leaves an oval right here. So it's getting there, but I've got a little bit more work to do. And of course, this file is not going to leave a real smooth surface, so I have to allow for cleanup and more refinement. So I'm back over here now on this other side. And then I'll switch over to sandpaper, kind of coarse. 120 is what I'm start with. 120 grit sandpaper with a hard backing. And I may have to go with a round backing stick. Probably will, to make the most out of my work. All the time I'm watching the reveal or the margin down through here and down through here, so that it all comes out the same. When you switch the knife back and forth, you see the same amount on each side. So so this is just to show you the amount of work that's in an S guard. So whenever you're going to build a knife and you're going to put some complicated fittings on it, you have to be prepared to spend a day or two just on this one part. Now, while a knife can work with a simple guard, it sure can. There's no doubt about that. And for function's sake, that's fine. But if you want to add a lot to it, as far as your the perceived value and the aesthetic value, then you can dress up the guard and add some to it. So I believe that an S guard adds a lot to a knife. But if a knife's kind of small, you know, it's up to you whether you want to put an S or a plate guard. Some of mine are plates, because I feel like the knife is small enough and it has enough other features and elements that it stands on, and not just the shape of the guard. So just wanted to bring that out to you and show you how I'm doing it. And this is days, so you're adding days, thus you're adding cost to it. So if the knife is going to be a higher end and you've got good reason for and other reasons or the knife being, say, the size, or the you're using ivory or things like that, or any inlays or anything like that, that's going to also bring the price of the knife up. So all that seems to me, in my mind, to pull the guard up too, to do a little bit more detail, a little bit more value. So just trying to give you some insight on how I think about when and why I use a guard that's going to take me maybe a day or two just to make and get fit on the knife. But I want to share that with you, and wish everybody a good day, and I'm going to leave it with you. All right, until next time, thanks. I took it out of the vise, and this is just, I haven't done any more work to it than what you saw earlier, except this is a better view of the part. This is oxides from me annealing the stainless. This is stainless steel, and every time I do any bending or hot work to it, I want to anneal it, because I'm going to be doing a lot of filing on it. You never know what I'm going to do, but I want it to be in a more of a softened state. But you can see this oval, this back footprint that I'm attaching, starting with my spacer or ferrule right here, and then the handle coming on out this way. So wanted to give you a look at how it's going, and I'll just continue to refine that, and then we'll see a finished product before long. Thanks. I went ahead and did the little dogwood flower on each end, and then here's that part I was telling you about. So the fittings will just fit flat against that place right there. So the guard sort of grows back into the handle, and that's the way I want it to look. So I've got a satin finish here and polish on the sides.